Hey everybody, Tyler here. Just wanted to talk to you real quick about something at the front of the show. Ethan, for this episode, was moving, so he didn't have his normal microphone, so he was recording with his regular laptop mic. So his quality is going to be a little different than normal. And then while we were recording, we lost half of my audio for this one, so you won't hear me at all for the second half. But I think it kind of works without me. Kind of did some editing to play with it. So here we go. Welcome to Talking Fail, the podcast that sounds better than it is. I'm Tyler, and with me I have my co-hosts Ethan.
Yes.
Will.
Bet you can't eat just one.
And we have a special co-host because Archer is unavailable, Jensen.
Dead.
What's up?
And callback.
Arthur, is that you?
It's like Archer never left. So
You're probably way about the same.
One of the reasons why we wanted to have Jensen on is because it was just her birthday, and like we've mentioned in a previous episode, we went to San Jose where she lives and did an escape room, and some of us are still in this escape room because we didn't make it
That's
out
where Arthur
within
is.
the time, and so Arthur is trying to rescue us. So what did you think about the escape room, Jensen?
I really liked it. The puzzles were more challenging than I thought they were going to be. I thought it was going to be like too easy for us because there was like 9 of us. But the time travel part of it was really cool. Like, I don't know, like a fourth of the way into it, you found like a secret door. And so then we traveled into the past by, what was it, like 24 hours?
Yeah, we went 24 hours into the past.
Yeah, and then we were able to like fix things that happened, stuff like that. So that was pretty cool.
Well, yeah, it was cool what they did because it was a time travel room. Basically, they had 2 rooms that were built identically to each other, and so what they would have us do, we were in one room, and then we activated the time machine and went through a tunnel into back into the past, and then we could go back and forth, from yesterday to today, kind of a thing. I think
when we were doing the orientation type thing at the beginning, somebody from like inside the room supposedly dropped the tape recorder, and so like that was part of the whole time travel thing, is that we had to go back and keep her from breaking the tape recorder. Or is that too specific?
No, I think that's fine.
Okay.
But yeah, because that's a good example of what the time travel mechanics were. Because we actually didn't do enough of like preventing it.
Yeah.
But the idea is that you go back. One of the things you have to do in the past is you see the person who dropped the tape recorder, and you have to say like, oh hey, you dropped it, and it was because of this. So don't do that.
Shoelaces were untied. Yeah.
Make sure to tie your shoelaces.
Yeah, it was funny because as soon as we saw her, our sister-in-law Michelle, she was like, "Oh, make sure you tie your shoe."
And she was just kidding.
Yeah, and then the lady was like, "Oh, why?" And then
we all just
we were supposed to tell her
Yeah.
that she was going to break something.
Yeah, we didn't
But-
know that was actually a really important part to the
Yeah.
story, and that you had to do that.
So yeah, we
Yeah.
basically just we're pouring out of the tunnel, and we're just like, okay, we got to do puzzles. We got to get the puzzles, and we
Yeah.
just moved on.
Yeah,
I created a time paradox at one point.
What did you do?
really.
There were lab coats in the first room.
Oh yeah.
The present room.
Uh-huh.
And then we went into the past room, and there were still lab coats there because, nobody had taken the lab coats yet because it's the past. And I took the one that Tyler was wearing, and then I took it back into the present, and Tyler still had his jacket for some reason.
Yeah.
If you go back to the present, do you guys like become one, like a two-headed person? Or something?
Is this Rick and Morty rules or like Back to the Future?
I don't know if you've ever played it, but it reminded me of Day of the Tentacle, an old computer game from like it was like mid-90s computer game.
Mid-90s?
Yeah.
Okay, I was probably born
it-
after that game
yeah,
came out.
probably. Yeah, well, I remember it when it was brand new. So, but it was
I played it.
the mechanics of it were similar. I think part of why we ended up running out of time, but I think
Yeah.
part of it was we spent a lot of time in the beginning. We didn't really understand. We were still trying to get a grasp on how the puzzles worked and how we should be tackling the puzzles.
Yeah,
I
I
think-
think it was hard to figure out what you're trying to actually achieve. Like,
Are we
what is
supposed
the end goal?
Are we supposed to get out? How long can we be here?
How long before they kick us out? Yeah, because and I think one of the things we were doing is like they kind of had sections, corners of the room set up with there's clues, and I think we were just we just went in like a tornado, and just like we're picking up things and carrying it across the room, and we were like if it was a crime scene, we were just contaminating everything. Like
I mean, it sounds like you were the ones creating the crime scene.
Yeah, so I think once we kind of got it, we figured out when we got into the second room in the past, and there's the same similar puzzles but different. Like we had we knocked those out much faster because we knew, okay, this is what this puzzle looks like, and we were able to handle it better.
I think we thought that we had to solve like every single puzzle before we moved on.
Yeah,
But
Yeah,
like,
that's what I thought.
yeah, you don't really have to do that.
I think I really enjoyed the portions where you do something in the past and then you have to quickly go to the future because something has changed. Like you would like order something off the internet and it takes a day
yeah, because they
with
had
shipping.
they had Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah, they had Amazon Prime.
So you had to go a day into the future and go get the package.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, have you just been? It sounds like Will, after you guys all went, has just been going back, and it actually is a time travel room. So he orders something on
lives there
Amazon,
now.
drives over to the room. He enters from the past, goes into the future, picks up his Amazon package, and then returns. It's like the worst spin-off of Fringe ever.
And it was fake Amazon, just to clarify.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Amazon with a J.
After that cease and desist from the game Clue, they're not taking any chances.
But overall, I think we all had fun, even though we got all the way right to the end. I think if we had like another 15 minutes, we probably could have had it.
Yeah.
But we're planning to over 4th of July when everybody's in town to go do it again. So
That man, I'm now I'm taking notes on. I have so many ideas for what would make
Ethan,
amazing.
Ethan,
I want
if
to do
you're
this.
if you're in town over the 4th of July weekend, I mentioned to Arthur.
I
he said
live
he
in
was
town.
So if you want to come, if you want to come in, if you're available, I don't know what you're doing family wise or whatever, but
I'm leaving
if
them.
you're-
So
Okay.
yeah, let's
All
do
right.
it.
all right, I'll let you know when we get to like where we're buying tickets and putting, figuring out how many spaces we need. I'll add you to it. So that was really fun.
So it's like a very integral part that you find like a hole in the wall, heavy quotation marks.
Is it
Okay.
like a coffee
And
shop?
It, I won't say why you need to find the hole in the wall, but basically the hole
I know why.
is just looks like some chipped paint off of the wall. Like it's kind of a messed up and dingy looking room.
Mhm.
It's probably on purpose, but the hole just looks like some chipped paint. So I like instantly saw the hole and I was like, "Oh, it's just a messed up part of the room."
This place just sucks.
And then
That's what I
just
thought,
ignored it for the rest of the puzzle, and then she's
Yeah.
like, "That's how you win." Like, are you serious?
It sounds like there's actually a lot of gaming mentality, like from years of like basically exploration on rails, to the extent where, I mean, like you run in and it's like, oh, the quest is get out in this amount of time and we have to find clues, but then like 15 minutes to 30 minutes in, and we're not necessarily just you guys, but I've heard quite a few stories or first time stories, and people get to a point of going, wait, I don't know what clue is first. Did we ruin the level? They're just like thinking of it the way you jump into a new game and then have this, oh, wait, glitches are real here. If you break the game in this room and you break it in real life.
Well, that's kind of something that I ran into in because the objective, you first get in the room and you have to solve the main puzzle. All the different puzzles give you the clues to solve the main puzzle that's on the wall, and that lets you activate the time machine. And then you go to the past, and there's the same setup where there's a bunch of mini puzzles, and then you try and solve the puzzle on the wall, and that activates the time machine again to back to the present. And then and at that point, that's when I went, so wait, and we're trying to figure out how to move on from there. And I was like, wait. So they have like an employee lab technician in each of the rooms.
Are they dressed like a
help guide
paperclip?
you and answer questions. They're dressed like scientists.
Looks like you're trying to go to the past. Can I help with that?
And so we ran into some little
sorry.
roadblock where like there was something in the past that we had to do again. And I was like, wait, like, can we travel back and forth freely? Like we can activate the time machine whenever we want.
Wait a minute.
And so once it took me a minute to like click that, like we can, like, we don't have to like, put in plutonium or some other rare, fuel. Like we can just activate the time machine whenever we want and jump back and forth whenever. So like that was kind of an unlocking moment for me. Like, okay, I get it now.
Referenced Back to the Future, but
Yeah.
you didn't ask the employee, wait, can we go back to the
Future. Because we could have gone to the past and then.
Well, that joke's
Ethan-
never escaping the room.
Ethan? Next time I go and do this exact same time travel thing, I will make sure and say, when we go back in the past and we're about to go back to the future, I will say, guys, we have to go back.
Nope, don't, because
To the
then
future.
then my joke in this podcast won't exist anymore.
Good. I will do that post
I can
haste.
see Ethan's hand starting to disappear.
Never mind. This already happened. Man, I'd love to do it. But I want to find one that is that I don't know is an escape room. Which, I mean, I want
Tell you
a
what, give me
like
$40
I want
and I'll make it happen.
well, I want basically the game, but not like, but just 24 hours. Like Archer and I will go to a sensory deprivation tank, and the timer goes off. We open the lid, and everyone's gone, and like you're dealing with the hallucinations. The water maybe had a little bit of LSD in it, so you're having a Walking Dead pilot moment right after like what's supposed to be relaxing. Oh, man, that'd be great.
you wake up, there's like a gun next to you, next to the bed, and you just pick it up, and then all of a sudden a guy comes running at you, and he's got like an axe. And you just have to react and shoot him, and you don't know what's going on. It's abandoned.
See, no, I would just throw it to the other guy, and he's like, "What are you doing?" I believe in gun control. I believe in gun control. I believe that you know how to control the gun. I don't do. I'm gonna get back in the tank. I'm just gonna get. I've got 40 minutes left. I paid for a full session.
So in the past room, you actually have the key to get out.
Yeah.
But you have to like get the key into the future without like taking it through the time machine.
Yeah, because you're not allowed to take anything through the time machine except for the lab coats. They said that was okay.
Well,
yeah.
Okay. What if you wrapped it in human skin? Then would it be able to go through?
Probably. So
because knowledge is the greatest weapon of them all.
Next time, Will, we're gonna need you to take the key and shove it up in your butt. You're gonna shove it way up there, Morty.
I could just put it in my mouth, probably. Like that's surrounded by skin, Tyler. No.
Nope.
Oh.
I put it way up there.
Although I'm attracted to somebody who throws options out there.
I don't know what you're trying to say there.
Yeah, I was like, I'll add to this.
I'll and to this.
Were you making extra holes joke, Ethan?
No, I just believe in helping people pursue their own interests and like finding their passions. So if Tyler say say the school system, let's say Tyler's public education, you walk in and he's like, you need to stick these up your butt, and you're like, well, can I put them in my mouth? He's like, no, because I'm the adult and I'm telling you
because that's the way it's always been done.
But I don't think that's enough. I don't think that's how we learn. I don't think that's how we progress. And so I'm like, if you want to put it in your mouth, go for it. If you'd rather it in your mouth than your butt, please, like explore that. If that doesn't work, then
I'm pretty sure the episode title is going to be if you don't want to put it in your mouth, put it in your butt, or whatever you just said.
Education reform.
So they don't tell you anything about the key. My first thought was, oh, that's the key to get out. So I walked over to the past door and used it, and it didn't work. So I was like, oh, it's not the key. So I just ignored that because I was like, it should unlock the door because it's the same room.
Yeah,
right?
and I guess we probably should have mentioned, asked something. See, I'm curious what their because you're not the first person who's tried this, I'm sure, because it's supposed to be the same door and that's the same key because we're in the same room.
Well, you've never played Myst, have
there's
you?
a locksmith came. Jensen, is there any last thoughts that you had? Because I know you're gonna take off in a minute.
I was just gonna say, I remember seeing the key on the table as soon as we went into the room. But I was like, oh, we don't have anything to unlock yet. So I just totally ignored it.
Never mind.
Forgetting that the goal is to escape the room.
Exactly.
And so I was like, focus on the puzzles. Ignore the key.
See, I kind of want to work at one of these places more than doing it. Because
I think it'd be fun to watch people try to figure it out.
I mean, the employee, props on them. Imagine the situations where they have to sit there and keep a straight face at what people are sitting there saying, I'm more interested in because there's no way that this didn't start out as an entertainment thing. This was a psychological study from some college in the area. But people kept coming back because they're like, dude, it's this new thing where you go and try and escape this room, and it's amazing. So behind every every escape room, there's like a bunch of psychology grads in the back and in a room somewhere, like that scene in Community.
Exactly. Yeah, they know all of our deepest thoughts and fears now.
While you're in the other room, they're like switching things back. Oh man.
Oh yeah, totally. Because like we'd go in the past and order something, and when we came back, it was there was a package there with whatever we'd ordered. And the employees were like in the first room. The employee, the lab tech there was definitely had to do like a lot of helping us along, like getting us on the right track. And once we kind of got it, like we didn't need as much help in the second room. But yeah, that's part of their job, is to make sure we're not, physically destroying the room, and then to kind of help nudge us along, so we're not just like going the wrong way on this puzzle and just never getting it.
Do you think they would allow me to special request a Meeseeks cosplayer as the
Well, they said you could dress
assistant?
up as your favorright detective.
Well, when I need help, I want. You know what? You should dress up as the blue guy from Rick and Morty. Hey, say I'm Mr. Meeseeks.
Oh wait, I'm Mr. Meeseeks. Look at me.
Okay, now you have to die.
Oh, I don't know.
Existence is pain to Meeseeks.
Mr. Meeseeks, what are some other visual metaphors that I missed in The Big Short?
Hi, Mr. Meeseeks, look at me. I think you could have paid better attention to...
Well, Mr. Meeseeks, what do you think about... It's just pain!
Existence is pain to a Meeseeks. All right,
that's a good one. Help Ethan with his social issues.
Dude, if 44 hours of TED Talks haven't done it, what do you think an escape room's gonna be? I mean, the closest is a psychologist is gonna be like, this room is your insecurity, okay? And he's gonna have things placed from my past, like a fat suit and a quote from a story I never told anybody about. You're bad at conversations. Why aren't you this? And I have to confront those fears. Although I can't believe I never connected it. You know what looked like the coolest escape room I've ever seen? The
What?
episode of Community where they're in Pierce's mansion.
Oh yeah, that is kind of like...
I was gonna say your uncle's basement.
It's not a basement, it's a farm. Why put me underground when they just stick me in the cattle pen or the burn pile? So much field.
Our newly titled segment, Next Question. I'm going to ask you guys a bunch of questions from a random website that has questions listed. It's this website I started called herinterest.com, and I wrote all the questions.
Better than sex? ? Eating beds are the newest thing.
So, since we have a girl on the podcast this week, these are going to be questions to ask a cute guy that you like.
But we're all answering, right? Again?
Yeah, we're all answering.
So the theme hasn't changed. We just actually have a woman now. Okay, that's
Yeah.
now it makes sense.
So for this question, Ethan and I will be answering in to each other as if we're a couple, and just thought that would make it interesting.
Well, I mean, if you do that, then it might be 20 years before we get out of this toxic relationship, knowing me.
I think it'll be 20 minutes before I murder you, knowing
My
me.
divorce attorney is broken up with me. All right, let's go.
Next question. If we were dating, how would we celebrate our first year anniversary? So Ethan, I would be on a nice romantic boat ride down a lake, and there'd be like candles in the boat while we're rowing, and we could probably eat something, and we'd find some nice nice secluded area, and then I would push you into the water and hold you under, and then that would be the end of our anniversary.
I mean, that's really considerate of you. I mean, I know we didn't talk a lot about it, but I really appreciate you kind of stepping out of your comfort zone and, considering my interests and the autoerotic asphyxiation stuff and just going with it. I mean, kind of going back. I know I wasn't in the escape room with you, but we never really got to. I mean, up the butt or in the mouth? Because again, I want to be as considerate as possible. I think also the question should be, why are we 1 year into this and figuring it out? Also, you know what? I'm not going to let you talk. I already
top or a bottom.
It doesn't matter. I apparently overly
top.
dominate no matter what situation I'm in. I kind of control the conversation.
We're both tops.
Hey, if they never get a chance to talk, then they never have actually said no, right? So I mean, it doesn't. If I'm going to kill myself and you're going to murder me, that's not a scenario where it's the thought that counts. Don't wait. Just
next question. Have you ever cried at a movie?
One was Tintin. It was the scene where I think they were jumping through the town, like midway through, and I was with my family and processing a recent breakup, so I was crying then. But full disclosure, I still am debating if that was like real, because I kept having like I was so young, I was like 15, so I'm like, I just feel like it wasn't even that big of a deal. So why do I feel like I'm just like I'm going to break down over this? And I just kept like getting so close so many times throughout the week that I'm like, I at one point was kind of like trying to induce it, like you do a sneeze, because I'm like, because then I can say like, yeah, it was a really tough time for me. I cried in Tintin, so I'm not sure if it was like a justification
all right, or that's a good story. Next question.
I know I'm doing it, and I can't.
Just try to move it off. The sad thing. I've never cried at a movie. I've never cried ever.
Well, wait, Jensen, do you have one?
I mean, I've cried during lots of movies. I remember the first movie I cried in was at a sleepover, and we were watching Charlotte's Web. And the dumb spider dies.
The new one, or the original, or like the old one?
It was probably from the 90s.
That's good. I cried during that movie.
Yeah.
Also, Babe!
Oh, yeah. And then I read the book, and then I cried when reading the book, too.
Next question. What is your favorite food?
People. Damn. Well, I'm kind of a foodie, so you like the processed version. I like free range. I like to know where my soylent's coming from. So you know how you'll go to a cow pasture and you'll pick out your beef. Usually we just. I'll go. We take a trip down to Oakland.
Follow around a homeless guy for a couple hours.
Well, yeah, you go down to South LA. You just like you go window shopping basically. Then 3 weeks later, the bottles show up. It's called Blue Aprons by Hannibal. It's a great service. The ingredients come right to your door.
What do you notice first when you first meet a girl?
She turned around really quickly.
What is your definition of intimate? These questions are really ramping up in uncomfortableness.
Yeah, and I'm realizing I'm like we need to stop cutting Jensen off and give her a chance to answer. And this is probably the one time she's like, no, why would I? I'm like Mr. Bean who happens to not have be a mute. Mr. Bean's more socially adept than I am because he can't talk.
Real quick, I actually found some questions I'd like to ask you guys.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm not a registered. I don't have to tell you I'm not in the state. I know my rights.
Do you consider yourself sane?
Well, if I consider myself crazy, that means that I'm not crazy because crazy people don't think they're crazy, right? So I think I am crazy.
Okay. Do you ever talk to plants?
Yes.
I don't talk to them, they talk to me.
Alright, next question. Do you ever talk to animals?
Yeah, I talk to my pet rabbit. Sometimes I'll see Grandpa Cardwell, like, shouting at the neighbor dogs when I'm over there. He's like, "Ah, shut up!" And then he's like, because they're, like, barking at him, so he'll just bark back.
'cause
Our grandpa is pretty much the old guy from A Christmas Story. the father.
can we have him on the podcast? Everybody talks about, man, my grandparents, they just never stopped talking to me. Me talking with old people, now that's interesting, because we're fighting, we're each fighting to talk. No, I know you're. It's for the sake of comedy. I've had more meaningful connecting conversations with elderly people than anybody else because they're the ones who value time. Did you just say because I'm a hipster?
What? Why would I say that?
Alright, next question. Do you ever talk to yourself?
If I didn't, I would not be talking here now.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Have you ever had a meaningful conversation with any of the above? So that includes the plants, animals, and yourself.
What list did you give her? Because I'm gonna have to opt out of these questions because it's a speed round, and they're too. They're bringing up a lot of stuff for me.
I'm starting to think these are questions to ask someone if you're suspicious of them being like a psychopath.
Will? Okay, everybody stop. No, everybody stop. I've cut the brake line because I just forgot how brakes work. Will, what is a psychopath?
It's a bicycle path.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Alright. Do you enjoy setting fire to things?
Hells yeah.
Well, next question is, if so, do you prefer them to be alive?
I've never tried it. I kind of want to do that now.
Do you wish people would allow you to play with firearms?
No, because I don't want people playing with my body parts.
Okay, I don't understand this next question. Are the buckles on your jumper too tight?
It's
they
my
are
straight jacket.
they are now, because any excess weight goes right to my ass. I should have Googled what those are before making a joke about them.
Do people tend to stare at you?
Just because I'm so pretty.
In what context?
There's no context.
I'm pretty in every context, Ethan.
Is Elvis Presley alive?
That's a silly question. Of course he is.
Mine is not. I need to go get some more. Mine's all dried and no good for cooking.
Do you have multiple personalities that dislike each other?
No, they get along. Dang it, Tyler!
Have you ever tried to check if the light is still on when the fridge door is closed? And if so, does it still worry you?
No, I figured out how it worked when I was 8. I don't know why. I don't. Do you not? Does nobody see the latch in the corner of the fridge? That's the button. You just that's what turns the light
little
on.
Man that lives inside the refrigerator. He pushes that button when you close it. Like
You have a
it's not gonna
box.
stay on
You have
forever.
you have one box in your house that keeps your food cold. You have another box in your house that makes it warm in 2 minutes, and you're sitting here contemplating: does the light stay on when I Sorry, you just triggered some stuff.
Have you taken this test seriously so far?
Yes.
100%.
Yes, and that's the problem. I'm so riled up. But you, half of those questions that you asked me, I have essays written in my notes.
Have you ever tried to fly?
Yes, but I was quickly escorted out of the airport.
I think that's like all the good questions.
See, that wasn't so bad, now was it? Hopefully you'll join us next week. Thank you to everyone who sent us listener questions this week. You can support us directly on patreon.com/talkingfail. Our Twitter is @talkingfail, and you can download our shows at www.talking.fail on iTunes, Google Play, and many other podcatching apps.
I like how we specifically had a talk about my behavior before the podcast. I'm like, I'm 100% on board. You're the third person to have the same conversation with me. And my mic's bad, so I won't even be talking a lot anyway. Okay, great.